I do that so much. I'm like so bad at that. Literally the worst at it. Anyways, Girth, are you still here?
I can. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now that we've concluded that it's not hypocritical for me to call out the fact that Donald Trump pardoned literal, like, attempted cop killers, how do you feel about Donald Trump pardoning literal attempted cop killers?
I think that he was doing it because wasn't it during the whole like alleged false election or falsified votes and all that stuff.
None of the nothing you just said made any sense. Please stop.
The whole reason they were there was because they were protesting the false election of Biden instead of Trump. That's what I thought.
This doesn't inform me about how you feel about the fact that he pardoned people that tried to kill Trump.
That's why he pardoned him.
Okay, so do you defend the pardons?
No, I'm saying that's the reasoning behind. That's why he's.
Okay, I didn't ask you for the reason, and I asked for if you defend them or not, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh. Yeah, I guess I definitely would support that then.
Okay, so why do you support people that try to? Okay, so let's get this straight. Where we're at so far in our conversation is that you think undocumented entry into this country is so bad they need to be deported, but then simultaneously you also support pardoning people and letting them out of jail for trying to kill cops. You are a raging
your people have already
hypocrite.
done it. Your people have already done it. So you can't be a hypocrite and say that we can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Bill Clinton, 1982, already said that. So that already happened on the Democratic side where they pardoned someone for BOM being a capital compared to what happened to not from him.
Chat, where do we even go from this? Because I've already re-explained to this guy 10 fucking times that it would also therefore be wrong if Clinton did it. Okay, here's an analogy. We're going to make an analogy real quick. Hey, got a question for you, Girth. You're telling us that you support the fact that Trump did this because some Democrat apparently also did something similar to it. Right?
I'm saying, I guess, yeah.
Okay, got it. So if some Democrat president in the past was a child rapist, would you support Trump raping a child?
That's circular reasoning, though. Like, I can't, there's nothing to go.
That's the reasoning that you provided. You literally said that you support Trump doing X, given that some Democrat president before him did X. So if some Democrat president before Trump raped a child, this would imply that you would literally support child rape. Not just still support him as president, literally support the action of him raping a child. Respond.
No, I wouldn't support it.
Oh, okay. So then what is your argument that you support Donald Trump pardoning people that tried to end the lives of cops on January 6th? Because obviously it's not because you think that Bill Clinton did something similar.
I mean, why am I not allowed to have that viewpoint of if someone on the left had already done it? Why can't we, when I feel like there was actually a lesser threat from people?
Okay. So then if you're still defending the view, well, somebody on the left has raped a child. So this means if Donald Trump raped a child, you'd support raping children, right?
I mean, no, and I don't.
Okay. So then just because you think somebody on the left has done something doesn't mean you'd support it if Trump did it. So then why do you support Trump pardoning people that tried to end the lives of cops on January 6th?
I mean, I'd rather talk about the immigrants than freaking.
No, I think you're going to need to answer this question. Also, by the way, I'm just learning that apparently Clinton didn't pardon this person. He just commuted them off death rows, and then they served the rest of their life in prison. So no, it's actually not the same thing. So this whole argument of Clinton doing this just goes out the fucking window. But no, I'm sorry, man. You're still caught in like the intellectual chokehold here, and you're not going to pivot or deflect your way out of it. Why do you support Donald Trump literally pardoning people, letting them out of jail, and calling them patriots, even though they tried to end the lives of police officers on January 6th? You're absolutely pro-crime. You raging hypocrite. You have no soapbox to stand on.
I mean, you try and back me into a wall and make me answer some convoluted, rigged-ass question.
It's convoluted and rigged for me to ask you why you support your president pardoning people that try to kill cops? I didn't know that acknowledging reality and exploring reality in an intellectual conversation was convoluted and rigged. Maybe your guy's just a bad president. Ever thought about that? Like, this reminds me of a clip that I saw of this lady by the name of Emily Wilson the other day. She went on a podcast and she was shitting on me, and she said that when whenever she does her research to find anything, it's always super hard because she can't find any research to back what she believes in. Therefore, she does zero research and just operates off of quote unquote common sense. I feel like you're kind of reiterating the same idiotic sentiment of basically saying when you're faced with facts of reality that are hard to like coincide with a pro-Trump worldview, such as the fact that Trump let like attempted cop killers out of jail, you just like call it convoluted and rigged and attempt to ignore it and criticize me for asking the pressing questions. It's embarrassing, bro. So stop embarrassing yourself. Answer the question. How the fuck can you support Donald J. Trump letting people out of jail that try to kill cops, call them patriots, while also saying that you think we should be tough on crime?
Because all crime should be upheld. I can condemn what happened on January 6th and still think that we need to get rid of all the immigrants in here because we need to uphold the Constitution and everyone.
Wait. So if we need to punish all crime, why did you say you support Donald Trump not punishing all crime by pardoning the people that tried to kill cops on January 6th?
Obviously, the circumstances are different.
What were the circumstances that justified those pardons?
I'm not a lawyer. I didn't read the case on how or why specifically they didn't choose to go through with legal action or why he actually specifically pardoned that one guy. I don't know.
Wait, so you're just saying, oh, Trump did something that on the surface level is like obviously wrong, but because Trump did it, you're just going to assume that it was okay and that there's context to justify it.
Yeah, because most of the stuff that he has done has common sense and actual intelligence behind
it. You sheep! You're an absolute sheep! You're a fucking sheep! Oh my god! Oh my god, you're such a sheep! Wait. Tell me one bad thing Biden did.
Leave all that military equipment in Iraq. How about shut down the Exxon deal? Like, I don't know.
Leave all military equipment in Iraq and shut down some Exxon deal. Sir, I've done my research. I know nothing about those two circumstances, but I'm going to assume that there exists context to justify them both. Therefore, I support Biden in doing both of those things. Can you critique my argument?
Yeah, you're apparently a sheep, I guess.
Oh my god, bro, dude, I swear to God, you are slam dunking on yourself. Is this like a kink thing? Like, do you have a kink for public embarrassment? Because you give me that argument, I call you a sheep because it makes you look insane. Then I repeat the same argument back to you, and then all of a sudden you have more than 5 brain cells, and you're like, Dean, that makes you a member of a cult. You're just acting like a sheep for the DNC. Right. So no, we can't just say that we support whatever somebody does by assuming that there must exist context to justify it, even though you don't know that context. Very good job, dude. I'm proud of you. Now that we have supported the argument that that's a bad position, please tell us why you support Donald Trump pardoning people like DJ Rodriguez that tried to unalive cops on January 6th, calling them patriots.
I mean, why do I have to defend that if you can't even defend anything that Bill Clinton did when he tried to get someone off from death row that actually BOMB'd the Capitol? I mean, it's like, why do I have to defend these actions? And if I don't, then that makes me less of a person or less IQ. You don't even make sense yourself.
All right. So I just want to make sure that your response to that is to say that you don't have to give an argument for why you defend that because Bill Clinton also did it?
No, because your answer to my questions was that, I can just condemn it and this and that and shut the question down so I don't have to answer anything about that. And then when it comes to something about January 6th, I have to get down to all the specific details. And if I don't, then I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, a sheep that just follows Donald Trump.
So I'd like to clarify that if I told you I supported Clinton's pardon there, I would have to give you an argument for why I supported it. But with the information you gave me, I don't support it. So, like, for instance, if you tell me right now that you condemn, Donald Trump pardoning people that tried to, assault and unalive cops on January 6th, you don't have to give an argument for that. I'll just accept that. But you're saying that you defend them. I'm curious in your reasons why. Also, I'd hope that Bill Clinton is, totally irrelevant to you having reason for the things you believe in. You know what I mean? You're trying to say that you don't have to have reasons to believe in things, because of something to do with the president from the 90s. What?
I don't know. I thought this was gonna be all about the immigrants.
So what are the reasons that you have to believe that Donald Trump was doing something good when he pardoned DJ Rodriguez? Yeah, while he's putting that brain to work, I'm gonna read off a couple donations here. Samantha, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying, "Hey Dean, thank you so much for the love. What's going on, Samantha?" And that's gonna be super soon. We've just gotten really busy. Wow! Wayne, I really hope that you're still in here, man. I have not looked at my phone to read off donations for a bit, and I'm so sorry for screaming there. This was almost an hour ago. Wayne, thank you for the $1,000 donation over on Venmo. Oh my goodness gracious. Wayne, I really hope that you're still in here. Dude, I'm so sorry for screaming, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I understand. That was probably really loud. I want to see 10,000 Wayne W's for the $1,000 donation over on Venmo. Wayne, I really hope that you're still in here, man. I've been locked in with the debate, so I haven't been looking at the donations. Thank you so much for the $1,000. Dude, that's Wayne. Man, thank you for the love. That is completely outrageous. Can we please get 10,000 Wayne W's in the comment section right now? Wayne said, "Sorry, Venmo limited me. We shall see." Never, ever get the word sorry anywhere near $1,000 donation. Wayne, holy fuck, man. I love you. You know this. Thank you so much for your kindness. I really hope that you're still in here. God, I wish I would have seen this because this donation was seriously close to an hour ago. Thank you so much for the love. Mr. Literal fucking Batman. Thank you so much. Dude, thank you. And then as well as, oh my God, 7 minutes ago with Jay with the $250 over on PayPal. What the fuck? Let's get 3,000 JWs. That is also so much money. Jay says, "Do something nice with your girlfriend. Take a well-deserved day off or not. With love to you both." Actually, Jay, so tomorrow morning at like 6 a.m., we're going out to LA. I have a panel to speak on out there. That will go towards a really nice dinner. Thank you, Jay. Oh my goodness gracious. I actually will be definitely taking that funding to put it towards something nice with my girlfriend. Let's get 3,000 JWs. Jay, that is seriously so kind. I do not deserve that either from you, Jay, or Wayne. Thank you guys so much for the love. As well as Alfredo with a 5, Kiki with a 5. Thank you guys so much. Keiko with the 50 cents, and everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to get better at reading the donations. I'm sorry, I was just locked in on those last two guests. They were both so insufferable and just we're not tracking a conversation. I think that today is probably the worst day that we've had in a while as it relates to these people just being straight up members of a cult. Now, if you're watching and you'd like to support me, you could find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio. On TikTok, it's just in the bio. As well, if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the pin message. But anyways, welcome in, Dustin. Do you support Trump?
I mean, I'm kind of like on the side of not, but I do support some of his policies. Like, you have educated me a lot on the essay he's done, which really turned me off to him completely. Like, I look at somebody's character, and his character is completely tarnished, especially with the picture with him, Epstein. What's up?
Man, if you don't, have we talked before?
No, we have not talked.
Okay. Well, Jay, sorry, not Jay. Dustin, you told us that you don't support Trump anymore. I'm actually really fucking proud of you, bro. Like, I just want to let you know, I'm really proud of you. I'm going to move on to the next guest because we are just looking for people that do support Trump. But, dude, I seriously want you to know that I'm so proud of you. So many people watching the stream right now are also so proud of you. That is great. I think that there's, like, so many Americans that have had, like, an inability to critique anything that Trump has ever done and will still support him no matter what to the end of, like, to the edge of the earth. So, I mean, I just really appreciate seeing people that are able to, like, recognize facts as, like, red lines against the guy, like, leaving the cult. So, really good for you. Really good for you. Thank you so much, Dustin. As well as Veteran. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat over on YouTube. Veteran says, this boomer Votes for you, sir, to lead the charge against the stupidity running rampant in the country formerly known as America. Keep fighting for you and your generation. They need you. Dude, veteran, you know I love you. Can we please get 500 veteran W's down below? Thank you so much for the kind message. Seriously, man, thank you for the $50. That is a lot of money. And welcome in, Ryan. If you want to hit that unmute button, I'd love to have a chat. Go for it.
All right, man. You're all right.
Oh, are you British?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are just looking to talk to people from America. So if you are in that queue, make sure that you're at least 18 years old. Make sure that you support Trump. And make sure that you're ready and willing to come up here and have a debate if you are in that queue, as well as make sure that you're from America. We're going to go and load that next guest, Nick, in. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm losing my shit today. A little bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm being a little bit more strange talking to these people. Should I like bring it in a little bit? Should I reel it in? Should I play it a little bit cooler? Because like right now, I don't feel like I'm playing it too cool. I'm kind of just... No, you guys like it. I've been a little bit more reserved for the last little bit, and today those reservations are gone because for the last 2 hours straight, I've been talking to cult members. Welcome in, Nick. Do you support Trump? Okay, Nick is not here. If you happen to be one of the 9.5 thousand people watching, go ahead and put a MAGA down below in that chat with your age if you do want to come up and debate. Make sure that if you are doing that, you are following the rules. Also, a really nice way to skip the line. And Jay, thank you for the $50 over on PayPal. Jay says, here's $50 for the tip. Dude, Jay, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. You've been supporting me and Parker a lot recently, and just know that I really do appreciate you, as well as your kindness and generosity. If we could seriously please have everybody watching spam at least another 500 WJs in both of the live chats, that'd mean a lot. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Fry Guide 9086. Do you support Trump? Okay, Fry Guy is not here. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Well, like, thank you, Jay. Dude, thank you so much. We got Jeremiah loading up, and oh my goodness, Purdy, dude, Purdy, thank you for the $100 on Venmo. What is going on today? Let's get 1,000 Purdy W's. Once again, incredibly kind. What the fuck? Purdy says, I can't believe it's been over 2 years. You've grown so much. Thank you for your patience and time. We appreciate you, bro. Purdy, like you've watched me grow. I gotta say, you and like all the other people that have been around for a couple of years, y'all have watched me become the person that I am today. You have been here like literally since day one, since the first day I started live streaming on this platform. You've been hanging out with us. Just know that you are like such a core member of the Dean Team Dream Team, and I really do love you, Purdy. You've just been around for so long, and you've always been so kind and supportive. Thank you not only for the kind words, but once again also for the absolutely outrageous $100 donations. Show some love to Purdy down below, and welcome in, Jeremiah. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Age, please.
18.
18. What year were you born in?
06.
Okay, that sounded a little bit questionable. Questionable.
Oh,
What month in 06?
August 6, bro.
August 6. The maths. Okay, I'll accept it. So, why do you support the terrible president Donald J. Trump?
Because he doesn't support murder as an abortion, bro.
Okay. Okay, cook. Go ahead. You're cooking. You're cooking my ass right now. It doesn't support murder as an abortion. Okay. Is that all? Is that what you want to talk about first?
I think murder is the biggest like felony you could do. So the
Right.
Republicans don't support it. So why would I? Of course, I
Okay.
would.
Okay. All right. Abortion's murder. Can you give me an argument that abortion's murder? Wait, one second.
It's a human.
Wait, one second. 1 second.
All right, bro.
Do you think that allowing states to legislate on murder is morally right to do?
Like, 1 cent, bro.
You're gonna respond to my question. Like, do you think like allowing states to determine the legality of murder is a morally right thing to do?
Yeah.
Would you say that allowing states the right to legislate on slavery is morally right to do?
No.
So why is it wrong for states to legislate on slavery, but it's right for states to legislate on murder?
Because murder is a crime.
Well, okay,
And it's
I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying. Like, would you say it's morally wrong if we were to like have a president that basically told states they could legalize murder? Would you ever support that president?
Wait, what?
If we had a president that told states they could legalize murder, and a bunch of states did legalize murder, would you ever support
No.
that president?
No.
Isn't Donald Trump's like abortion agenda to give states the right to either legalize or criminalize it? And because you think it's murder, He's basically telling states that they have the right to legalize murder.
No, but Republicans are. I mean, the Democrats are like way more for it. So I'm for the Republican team
Okay, it's progression. Okay, whatever. I'll give that argument up. Just tell us why you think it's murder. Take it away.
because it's a human and a human life. Well, yeah, it's a human life.
Ending human
And-
life is murder?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think that doctors that oversee like brain dead patients in hospitals that also like pull the plugs on them ultimately when their family consents to it are like mass murderers? Since when you pull the plug on a brain dead patient, you're ending their human life.
Yeah, but did the brain dead patient have any progression in his brain? Like babies have their brains grow in the 9 months that they're in the womb.
Right. Right, but like that should be irrelevant to your position because remember you told us that murder's ending a human life. Okay, like regardless of like cognitive function and or cognitive development, all right, both a fetus and a brain dead patient are both human lives.
Yeah, but killing a brain dead patient has already been like legislated, like it's already been legal
So if
for a
it's
long.
so if it's legal, it's not murder. So in states where abortion is legal, abortion's not murder.
No, I'm against abortion, bro,
Okay, why?
because it's murder.
Okay, right, but I've pointed out an issue with your argument because you're telling us it's murder because it's ending a human life. So therefore, you think ending a human life is murder. Therefore, you'd say that when doctors pull the plugs on brain dead patients and in their human lives, they're murdering the brain dead patients.
Yeah,
Okay,
but their brain.
So like doctors that pull the plug on brain dead patients are like mass murderers.
No, because they're
So
doctors.
then ending human life is they're doctors. Well then, I mean, who's performing legal abortions? Doctors. So legal abortions aren't murder.
But the life has an option to like, or it's progressing. The life is progressing as a brain dead patient, it's stagnant.
Okay, but this shouldn't matter because you define murder as killing innocent human life regardless if it's progressing or stagnant. So if you want to revise your definition, that's fine. So give me a new revised definition of murder that accounts for this difference between brain dead patients and fetuses. Also, are you 17?
Fuck no, bro.
Why is everybody in
What?
my chat calling you 17?
Because I think I'm making myself look dumb.
It's just like assuming that you're underage.
Yeah, Loki.
Okay, chat, do you guys have any evidence that he's 17? No, it's the math?
All right,
Wait. You said August of you said August of 06, right?
Yeah.
Oh, August was next month. No, I mean I think that'd make you 18, right? Let me do the math. So
All right, bro. They're Loki hating me, so I'm gonna go.
1 second. 2004 would be 20 to 21. 2005 would be 19 to 20. 2006 would be 18 to 19. So if you were born in August of 2006, you would be 18, turning 19 next month. So I
Yeah.
mean, like the math works out. That would make him 18. So
I'm turning 19
hopefully everybody in the chat stop spamming these 17. The math does work out. Now go ahead, go back to the argument here, Jeremiah.
Bro, I kind of love you, but like,
What?
I love your content, bro. But like, but abortion is bad or I support Trump because he doesn't support abortion.
Okay.
The way that the opposing party does,
Okay. So why should I value the life of a fetus? Convince me that I should value the life of a fetus.
because it's a human.
Oh, dude. No, we've already, dude, we've already went through this. You can't say that just killing a human is murder, or else you'd also classify pulling the plugs on brain dead patients as murder. When I brought up that response to you, you wanted to talk about how like maybe like the brain of a fetus is developing, the brain of a brain dead patient is stagnant, right? So this tells me that you actually don't value human life, but more so something to do with like cognitive capabilities, future consciousness, etc. So it's not because it's human. So then why is the life of a fetus valuable?
Because it's potentially human life.
It's potentially human?
Yeah.
What? What?
Well, no, it's becoming or it's a human, bro. I'm low-key gonna go.
Okay, well, if your argument just goes back to it's a human, then at the end of the day, you just have a hard contradiction in your stance because you're like, it is murder to kill a fetus because it's a human, but it is not murder to kill a brain dead patient even though they're human. Contradiction, full stop. The only way to work around this contradiction is to take the idea that abortion is murder because fetuses are humans and fucking throw it out the window. But you're obviously not doing that. You're really dead set on just repeating the view, hoping if you repeat it enough times, it'll just suddenly not contradict itself anymore. So maybe here's what I'd say. We shouldn't legislate on contradictory beliefs. So continue to think that abortion is murder because it's a human, but then also just believe at the end of the day that you do have an internal contradiction in that stance and you shouldn't be telling other people what to do because of that stance. So just say that you think it's murder, but because the motivations for your belief that it is murder are contradictory, they're not motivations that can be used to control what other people can do. So therefore, even because you think it's murder, like women and girls should still be able to make that decision for themselves, making you pro-choice.
That's not her DNA. If it's not her DNA, it's not her choice.
Okay, all right. The same way that brain dead patients, they're not the DNA of the doctor that's pulling the plug, but you said it is their choice.
But in the abortion sense.
So you just special plead as it relates to fetuses? Why? Because if you could just
Because they're
special
new
plead,
life.
listen. If you could just special plead and say that I actually have no reasons to think that abortion is wrong, I'm just going to special plea and say it's wrong to kill it because it's a human, even though that belief contradicts itself, maybe as it relates to brain dead patients. Well, I could just say from the pro-choice perspective that I don't think it's wrong to kill the fetus because it's human, but I think it's wrong to kill humans in nearly any other circumstance, meaning I'm special pleading. But that is the logic that you're giving me, just simply in reverse.
I guess so, bro. I'm not giving you an intellectual debate, so I'm going to go.
All right, have a good one, Jeremiah.
I
We're
love
going to
your
go to move on
content.
to the next guest. Appreciate that, and you should love my beliefs as well and hold them yourself. Let's go to get that next guest, Alex Boy, up in the live stream. Here we go, everyone. Jack, thank you for the $2 over on PayPal, saying, hey, Dean, been watching you for a while. As a Canadian citizen, it's frustrating to see what's been going on over there, but keep fighting the good fight. Thank you for the love, Jack. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much for the love, Jack. Welcome into You Support Trump, Alex.
No, I don't support Trump.
All right, we got to kick you out. The rules are simple, guys. If you are in the queue, make sure that you're an American adult that supports Trump, that is ready and willing to come up here and debate. And if you happen to be one of the 9.8 thousand people watching over on TikTok, make sure you're double tapping. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Alexia? Alexia's not here. Goodbye, Alexia. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone, just give us a minute. Let's go to get that next guest up in the stream. Go ahead and put a MAGA down below in that chat with your age if you'd like to come up and skip the queue. John N. Rosie says, you're clueless. Thank God your mother didn't think like you. I block ignorance. Well, John, I sent you an invite. I'd love to have a chat. Obviously, you're not going to talk to me because you know you're wrong. But, I extended the invite nonetheless, Mr. John. Welcome in, Goda. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, no, Dean, just can you please just get some better people on here? It's embarrassing to debate these fucking nimbus. Come on. It's somebody that can hang with you. These fucking idiots. You're wasting your time.
Well,
Stop.
we'll see.
They're
I want
it's
to
so
find
lowbrow.
I want to find
Ugh.
intelligent people. Are you that intelligent person?
I am, but I'm on your side. I'm just saying.
Ah,
pull somebody
fuck!
better up, dude.
Fuck,
Dude,
no,
pull somebody.
goddamn
Come
it.
on. You need somebody. Come on. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Dude, listen. I agree. I swear. I don't target people that aren't intelligent. I would love to talk to more intelligent people all day long. You could go back in my VODs and maybe once a week, once a month, I'll have somebody up on the stream that is intelligent and actually has good arguments. And when you compare my debates with intelligent people, once in a blue moon, compared to the guests that we've had so far in the live today, you will see that I'm just so much happier when I talk to people with cogent arguments. And I'll tell you why. It's because when they're wrong, they admit it, right? And what's better for me? Having people admit when they're wrong and using outwitting them, and that's what wins the debate, and that's something they could recognize, or just arguing with people that have brains the size of peanuts, right? That don't admit when they're wrong, that can't form a cogent argument. But I will tell you, today is especially bad. I don't think that we've had a day like today in a very, very, very long time. The people that we've debated so far have been terrible. It is so bad today. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Amba?
Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump.
Okay, I'm gonna go to ban you. Guys, if you're in the queue, make sure that means that you support Trump. You're at least 18 years old, and you want to come up here and debate. Veteran, thank you for the $50 over on Super Chat. Veteran says 1, that is a number each person that follows the stream needs to bring back to reality. We all know these cult lunatics. Pick one, save them, be American. You know, honestly, Veteran, if everybody did that, the country would be saved in a day. That's actually not too bad of an idea. I actually really support that. Yeah, everybody pick one MAGA cultist in your life and try to convert them. Thank you for the $50 once again, Veteran. We love you. Let's get 500 Veteran W's down below. Welcome in, Left Lane. Do you support Trump?
I do. I got one question for you, though.
Okay. My crystal ball is telling me that after you ask me this question, you're going to leave, so please don't run away. Also, it sounds like you have like a type
No,
of...
I'm not.
It sounds like you have like a type of like Bluetooth device connected to your phone. Do you think you could disconnect like your headphones or whatnot? All right. By the way, if anybody watching me wants to support me once again, you could support me, support the stream, keep it running for 4 hours a day.
Is that any better? Sorry.
It is via the Venmo and the PayPal and the link tree in my bio. Go ahead and take it away, Cowboy. What's your question?
I just got one question. Do you like your steak medium well, rare, or well done?
It depends on the cut. For less fatty cuts, like a sirloin, tenderloin, etc., I like them medium rare. Now, for like more fatty cuts, like a ribeye, I like them a good medium. So the fat, so the fat is a little bit better processed.
One last question. What about a
Rendered.
porterhouse? How you like? How you like?
Sorry.
Okay. You're a good man.
What about a
I do
porterhouse?
support Trump, but you're a good man.
Well, I appreciate that. What
Yeah.
about the porterhouse? Well, I mean, I don't know. Porterhouses are a little bit too big for me. What's that? The New York strip, the ribeye, and the fillet. See, I don't know. It's a little bit too much for me. I'll take a 12-ounce ribeye,
Okay.
and that's enough.
I know you're a small guy, but I guarantee you can eat a 30-ounce ribeye or a 30-ounce porterhouse.
Well, I'll have to give it a try. Do you want to talk about why you support
Definitely.
Trump?
No, I really don't. I just wanted to come up here. Dude, I watch you every day. I do support Trump. I'm not a debater. I'm a truck driver. I'm dumb. I don't do that stuff.
No worries.
But I watch you. I watch you every day, bro. I really do. You and Parker both. I watch you guys. You've taught me some stuff. I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't made me change my mind just yet. You have taught me some stuff. That's why I watch you every day. Maybe one day you'll convert me over.
Well, listen, I'm going to give you one thing before you leave. If you want to make the best steak of your life, because it seems like you like steak, dude, I'm telling you,
Absolutely.
take it and reverse sear it, okay? And to cook it, put it in the oven at 285 degrees. For like an inch or 2-inch ribeye, for instance, it'll probably take around 45 minutes to get up to temp. Pull it out like 10 to 15 degrees under temp. So, I mean, if you want it like a good medium rare, pull it out at like 120, 125. And then wipe it off and then do a reverse sear. You will not only get like the best edge to edge cook of your life, but you'll also get like the best sear of your life. And God, it'll just be the best steak ever. I mean, like the reverse sear
I'm
in the
definitely
oven.
going to try that.
A+.
I'm going to try that.
You better, dude. It is so good. It is so good. You have a good rest of your day, though, man.
Hey, you too, buddy.
All right. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. Yeah, the reverse sear with like a little bit of like a slower cook in the oven. Best way to cook a steak, dude. Edge to edge. Every time cooked perfectly. Plus, because it's already cooked a little bit, you're not going to have as much like internal juices leaking out when you're trying to put a sear on it.
Hey.
So you're going to have more contact with the pan.
Just want to let you know I'm taking a shit.
Very nice, JJ. And it comes out a lot better. So, I mean, if you're big into steaks, try that reverse sear. We're going to move on to the next guest. Welcome. And do you support Trump?
Hey, I'm not 18, but just
And then I got to kick you. Sorry, bro. If you're in the queue, make sure that you're at least 18 and you support Trump and you'd like to come up here for a debate. We're going to move on to the next guest right now. Yeah, now I want to cook a steak. Ooh. I actually did the other day and I posted it on Twitter. It looked pretty good. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I joined by accident. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't worry about it. Let's go and get that next guest up here. If you want to skip the line and come up, let me know down below with a MAGA. We'll get you pulled up. Hope, thank you for the $1 over on Venmo to read off your very first question. All right, we're going to let that load, Hope, and then I'll happily do that. We got Future Militant loading in. All right, Hope's first question was, I would love to get your thoughts on this. I've been thinking about how most people address Harris by her first name, but every other president by their last name. It makes me wonder how we as a society view women in positions of power versus men. So I agree with you. I originally had that thought. However, that thought went away once I realized that that's what she ran on. You know what I mean? Like she ran on Kamala. That's what she put on the merch. That's what she ran her campaign as. That's what she put on the bus, the plane, etc. Now, like maybe that there's some like greater reasons why she ran as Kamala that have to do with like societal sexism and whatnot. But I will say, like, I don't think it's wrong for anybody to refer to her as Kamala simply because that's what she ran on. Welcome in, Future Militant. Do you support Trump?
Hey, what's good? I have a question for you.
Are you MAGA?
No, but let me ask my question.
No, man, sorry. Guess what? You're not the center of the universe. We're going to move on to the next guest. I will say, I have set the rules for the live. I've set the rules for the live. I'm not going to let anyone break them. Right.
Hello?
Age, please.
19.
What year were you born in?
06?
Okay. Do you support Trump?
Fucking, yeah, to the walls.
Is this your dad's account? Who's Robert McCain? Obviously, you're obviously not Robert
This
McCain.
is my late uncle's account.
Why are you using your dead uncle's TikTok account to debate politics?
Why do you need to know? This is a very personal question. This has nothing to do with my political affiliations.
I think that's right.
No.
We're going to go ahead and move on to the next guest. Let's go and see what that next guest has to say. Let's go to get Derek to let it up in the box. Welcome in. What's up, Derek? Do you support Trump?
No, I'm a progressive Democrat. I just want to say I was in Texas when I watched you and everyone all debate MAGA.
Oh, you're out there at Texas A&M?
Yeah. Oh, I was in Texas at the time, but I'm in Minnesota. I work for Planned Parenthood.
Dude,
So
very nice, Derek. Well, thank you so much for being down there in Texas when we were at
Yeah.
A&M. I had a lot of fun there. And Derek, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, man. Take care, dude. Take care. We're going to go to get that next guest loaded into the box right now, everybody. Vlad here, thank you for the 1 penny over on Venmo. Very kind of you. Welcome in. What's going on, Pickles OG4? Do you support Trump?
Bro, you're peak.
Okay. That is a child. All right, we're going to start pulling up from the comment section. We're going to start pulling up from the comment section now. If you want to skip the line and come up here and have a conversation with us, let me know down below. I'll happily pull you up. Just the queue. There's a lot of people in the queue that aren't supposed to be in the queue, and I don't think that anything I'll ever be able to say is going to change that. So, yeah, if you want to come up here and have a conversation, just let us know down below. What's up, Ben? Do you support Trump?
Nah, man, I'm from the UK.
Bro, we're getting raided. We're getting raided by British people. This is not 1776, guys. Come on. Come on, everybody. Please. Moving on to the next guest, Balls. Z, thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Z. Z says, hey, Dean, I'm the fashion designer from yesterday, and I made 3 concept designs if you'd like to see. Dude, Z, send them over to me on DMs, and then send a message telling me what platform you DM'd me on. I'll be the most likely to see it if you DM them to me on Discord. Or just ask my mods in the Discord to ask for permissions to send pics and then drop them in the public Discord and they'll flag me. We're going to move on to the next guest right now, everybody. What's going on, LT? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I still support Trump.
All right. Let's see. G, thank you for the $4 over on PayPal. G says, thanks for keeping me educated on politics, Dean. You've really inspired, you've really helped me with my perspective.
You're listening to me.
Well, before I listen to you, I'm going to thank G for their donation. Do you have a problem
I
with
said
that?
I still support Trump.
Okay.
You gonna argue with me about that?
And I was thanking G for their donation.
Huh?
I'm going to go back to reading G's donation now. So G with the $4
All right, no, you do your thing. You do your
says,
thing.
thanks for keeping me educated on politics, Dean. You've really helped me with my perspectives. Gee, that makes me happy. I'm happy that I've helped you with your perspectives. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the $4 donation. Take it away, LT. Tell us how the hell you still support Trump. I'm sorry. I actually got to thank Leonard for the $3 over on PayPal saying Manti on Jubilee was crazy. I actually really didn't like that episode. We're going to talk about that later, Leonard. Thank you for the $3 on PayPal. Take it away.
I think let me ask you, son. What you doing with that wiggity ass haircut, boy?
I need to get my hair cut. All right, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you.
Oh no, I feel bad, man. I'm from the UK. I was faking all that.
We're gonna go and move on. We're gonna go to. That's actually pretty convincing a pretty convincing Southern accent from somebody in the UK. Y'all, we're still getting invaded by the British. Can the British stop the invasion, please? We just want to talk to people that support Trump in America. We have 10.4 thousand people in the TikTok, and you're telling me I can find one person to debate on why they support Trump? God! Jeez, what's up? I'm not even going to say your name. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, dude, it's Dag. Also, I'm extremely nervous. I've been like watching you since you started, and I've never got accepted, so like my nerves are crazy.
Mom, you're here, man. You're here now, man. Honestly, I question people that aren't nervous when they come up here. I think that being nervous is indicative of like some level of intelligence. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, nah. And I've tried so hard to let y'all switch me just because y'all are the best debaters. Like, and it's maybe it's just a systemic thing for me from just family and not do. But I've done my own research, and I think my main problem with where we are now is there's no gray area anymore. But I still more align my my views with the Republican views.
Well, man, let's have a chat about why you support Trump. Quickly, before we get into it, there's just one more person I want to thank here. Anonymous, thank you for the $14 donation over on PayPal. Anon says, so sorry for spamming, but I sent you a DM on IG regarding a design of the potential merch. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you so much for the $14, Anonymous. Show some love to Anon down below. Then, oh my God, Madeline with the $50 donation over on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Madeline. Dude, let's get 500 Madeline W's down below for the $50 donation. That is super kind of you. Madeline says, how do you feel about people coming up to you in public? Is it okay? Good, bad, sometimes? Great question. I actually love it. I love it when people say hi to me in public. I was actually out in public yesterday, went out last night with a handful of friends, and, a lot of people had approached me, but even more people were like too nervous to approach me. I love it. I love it when people say hi. I love it. It's like my favorite thing ever. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Good question. And thank you once again for the very kind $50 donation, Madeline. While we're hopping into this debate, let's see 500 Madeline W's down below. Take it away. What is your argument? Why do you support Trump?
I think it's more along the lines of immigration and how more left-leaning politicians were like flipping a lot. But especially when it came to, I don't know if you're familiar with that application I-589, like asylum clause that Biden's administration updated. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I completely, that's what kind of turned me.
So what did they update in the asylum application? Because the I-589, that's the asylum application, right?
Yeah, it is. That was updated, I think it was like August of 2023 or something, but they made it to basically where, because me and you both would probably consider a 21-year-old to be a grown man, right? Or a grown woman.
21-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 21-year-old would be a man. 21-year-old
Yeah, so
would
my
be a
problem
woman.
is with that is they made it to where you could claim that your child, who could be 21 years old, could be brought in with you. They would consider a 21-year-old a child. And I think that's where a lot of the human trafficking and cartel operations were thriving. And as far as like the DRUG crisis and all that, because they were allowing 21-year-old full-grown people to be claimed as a child across the border.
You know what? I actually really support that update to the asylum application. I mean, think about it. If there's like a family in another country and they live together, I mean, we see that often, not just in other countries, but also in America. Living at home with your parents when you're 21, although it's not super typical, it definitely still happens, especially under like political persecution or suboptimal socioeconomic conditions. It's definitely more of a typical occurrence. And then when we also consider that, you know, asylum is for people that are being persecuted, asylum is for people in suboptimal socioeconomic conditions, it'd be like very typical for families that have a legitimate claim to asylum to have children that are like 21 or younger, and even in some cases older, still be living under the same roof. So, I mean, I think that makes perfect sense to me. Now, if your argument is that this led to more human trafficking, I'd like to see, you know, any data to represent that's true.
The only data I have is just the numbers that rose from, you know, whether you're talking any type of government website. I mean, because there was a rise in numbers, and I think that attributed to it. I can't tell you the exact, like, where I would.
Well, it seems like you have a lacking argument then, because that would be a correlation causation fallacy.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of variables to consider when it comes to the rise of human trafficking, whether it was, you know, getting rid of the stay in Mexico, like whatever you want to say, but the fact that there was a
you'd
rise.
have to demonstrate that this change to the asylum application is going to be like meaningful for an increase in human trafficking.
Yeah, and no, I know what you're saying, and I agree with you because I don't actually have the factual evidence, but I don't agree with it. I don't think that because if you look at it, especially where they were getting tested to see if they were related, that wasn't going on that much. So if you have a full-grown man that's 20, and even if they were 21, them saying, "Oh, I'm part of this family," that would prolong their asylum process. Like the bigger family you had, the more it would prolong that process. So for these people, and I mean that's a fact for sure. And though a lot of those people
but the solution here is that we should serve those families that need asylum. Families should stay together, and especially families that are being persecuted. But the fix would be to make the asylum process not take as long. You know that Donald Trump actually killed a bill under the Biden-Harris administration that would have hired more judges to run more courts for asylum. So
that was my next question.
Can you give me any legitimate argument about? Can you give me any legitimate argument about why Biden's changes to the asylum application were wrong? Because I don't think you have one.
I think it's wrong. I don't think a 21-year-old should be considered a child.
Wait, it's not considering them a child. It's considering them a dependent in the sense that they qualify for blanket asylum as they are part of the same family that was facing like persecution. I don't think that considering them a dependent in the sense would qualify them or make them a kid. Like for instance, in America, you know, your parents can claim you on their insurance until you're 26. Does this mean in America that 25-year-olds that are claimed on their parents' insurance are children?
I would not consider a 21-year-old a child. You can be a dependent, but on this,
you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
You can be a dependent, but I wouldn't consider that a child.
You're still not answering. Okay, so do you think that in America, because your parent can claim you and include them in their insurance until you're 26, that this means that the American government thinks that 25-year-olds are children?
Can you claim a 21-year-old on your taxes?
Is it dependent on your taxes?
Oh yeah, if you pay taxes,
you're still not answering my. Wait. I'm so sorry. Yes. The answer is yes, but you're still not answering my question. So I guess this would apply to taxes or insurance. So would a 20-year-old being claimed as a dependent on their parents' taxes, or a 25-year-old being claimed as a quote-unquote dependent as it relates to qualifying for the parents' health care they get from their employer? Does this mean that the American government thinks that 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25-year-olds are children?
Me personally, that's what I'm saying. Me personally, I don't like. If I could never imagine saying this 20. Like I would never claim a 21-year-old as a dependent.
That's your. Like, why? I'm not asking you what you would ever do. Plus, I bet you will do this if you're a dad. You honestly, you'd be an idiot not to, right? If like you're helping your kid go to college. And you've created a fund for them. You're helping them. You're paying for their food. You're paid for their tuition. I don't know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Why would you not claim them as a dependent on your taxes? Why would you just cost yourself more money? No, and then by the way, you actually want to know what our government calls like dependents, like 21-year-old college students that are being claimed on their parents' taxes? Our government calls them qualified children.
But we're talking about in a state, you keep making it sound like when we're talking about our personal families as an American citizen in the U.S., I'm talking about in a situation where immigration, I don't know if you agree with me, immigration was an issue, right?
Dude, okay. I'm going to give you one last opportunity to answer my question.
Well, you brought up the bipartisan border bill.
No, you're deflecting. I'm sorry, I'm not going to.
I'm not.
No, you actually can't. I'm sorry. I've done
Okay,
it. I've
so
had my I've had my
that's
daily.
the problem with you, man. Like you brought
I've had
you,
my daily maximum of like
you're the one that brought
deflecting
it up.
rage baiters so far today.
I
So
know you brought up you brought up. What I'm saying is my argument.
so can I
is
tell you what I
about-
want you? Can I tell you what I want you to respond to without deflecting?
You never let me finish a sentence, bro.
Yeah, I definitely let you finish your.
You muted
argument.
me 3 times. Every time I try to speak, you won't let me finish a sentence. That's not how a debate goes.
Because you're deflecting. I don't think that.
I'm not deflecting. I answered
Yes.
your question. When it comes to
I
U.S.
can tell you
American
why
citizens,
you're
yes, you
deflecting.
can. But when it comes to immigration, when you're talking about an asylum clause that was updated to help more immigration come across these the borders, like especially if it's illegal immigration, this not only helped the boost of illegal immigration, and we can all agree was a problem, because why would you guys get so butthurt if Trump were to shut down this bipartisan border bill if immigration wasn't a problem? Why do you guys always make that your argument? If it wasn't a problem, then why do you always make that as an argument? Well, he shut down this bill. He shot it down. Well, then why are you so butthurt
Because
about
it is a problem. Because we do have a problem with how long the legal means of entry into this country takes. Right now, as of today, there's 11 million backlogged immigrants. And the
Okay,
legal
so
means
it is a
of, why are
problem.
you
Do you not
interrupting me?
think
This is
letting
why
nothing
I've
but
this is
21-year-olds
why I've
come
muted
in
you.
under
This
the
is
claim
why
of
I've
being
muted you. This is why I've muted you right here. Why are you interrupting me when I'm answering your question? The goal of debate is not to steamroll over your opponent, is not to gish gallop and throw a billion points at them at once, is not to deflect, pivot, and ignore anything that they ask you, bro. I'm not a fucking punching bag to do whatever you want to. So don't treat me like one. We're 2 adults trying to have a good faith discussion. That's what we're trying to do. So shut the hell up. Let me finish responding to what you said and sit down. I understand that human nature has a proclivity for being right and against being wrong. And the demonstration of these virtues of annoyance, of these debate tactics that are incredibly bad faith, like asking me a question and interrupting me midway through, is just like a fucking attempt to muddy the waters and prevent me from proving you wrong or asking you a hard question that you won't be able to answer. But stop it. Because being wrong is not a bad thing that you should avoid. Sometimes being wrong is a good thing that can help you become right by exploring what the other options to for these questions that you've apparently gotten
you're
wrong all
monologuing.
along.
Answer the question, then ask me a question.
God, and yeah, you won't even hear anything else out there that I just said. Yeah, everything that I just said went in one ear, out the other. Sir, why did you join this live if you're not going to even hear me out for what I have to say?
I've been hearing you out. It's easy to say that when you have a mute button. You've muted me 4 times before I was even speaking.
See. Yeah, typical Republicans and not respecting boundaries, and then when those boundaries are enforced, they get pissed.
Typical liberals sitting there trying to call someone out just because they're political. What do you think, if I asked that question earlier, when you were the first person to bring up why Trump shot down this certain bill, and I ask you why, if you think, because earlier you said immigration wasn't really a problem, and that's what a lot of leftists have said. So why do you guys get so butthurt?
You've never listened to my live. Earlier, when you told me that you've listened to these lives, you were lying. Because if you did listen to these lives, or even like watch my videos, you will know my thoughts on immigration and how I think that.
You know what's funny?
And there you go. You interrupt me again. Give me one reason.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kick you right now after this most recent interruption, which followed me describing how you've been interrupting me this whole time, how you haven't let me answer to anything you've said this whole time, and how it's just all been an attempt to ignore the fact that I'm proving you wrong. Give me one reason why I shouldn't kick you.
But I sent you over 30 galaxies not even a year ago with you and Jaden and Parker.
Yeah, buddy. Sending me money isn't going to prevent me from calling you out on your bullshit. I do appreciate you so much for the galaxies, though. Give me one reason why I shouldn't kick you right now.
No, that's fine. I just want to say, and respectfully, like, I'm sorry, I'm getting passionate about it just because you're attacking me intellectually. But like, and no, it's no disrespect towards you and your channel. Like I watch you all the time, and I haven't heard a solid answer to prove me to think differently of why I think immigration was on the rise and why a lot of bad things were happening, and I think that asylum bill was a part of it. And you haven't proved me wrong on why I don't think that 21-year-olds should be brought in as a dependent. You could have a family of 10 when you got 21-year-olds that should not be coming up in a blanket under their parents. Just because they're escaping asylum. A lot of these were false claims also, if you've looked at the numbers. A lot of these were just like, oh, I'm going to claim this to, yeah, maybe to either have a better life or to smuggle something or to human traffic. Like, if 21-year-old, I see where you're coming from, but you haven't proved me to think any differently. I think it's still bad. I think him updating that asylum plus the app where you could just literally fill out a form and it just graces you straight in. Like, I don't agree with that. And you haven't proved me wrong on why that is okay.
Maybe I'd be able to prove you wrong if you didn't cut me off midway through my sentences. Okay.
Well, I apologize. You know, I'm sorry. Like, I'm a Southern Italian, bro.
So
I'm sorry.
So where do you want to start?
Unless it's you, but I might be speaking. I'm not want to put words in your mouth, but like we can agree earlier, like I said, that there was a big immigration problem, which is what kind of stood on, the presidential election.
This is exhausting for me. This is exhausting for me. Incredibly exhausting for me, because the first thing that you bring up when you join the live stream is how you think that the Biden-Harris administration emboldened human trafficking by changing the asylum application form to include, the children of adults 21 or younger under like the same umbrella asylum application. And now, next thing I know, you interrupt me, I can't speak, we go back and forth, we get into meta, and then all of a sudden when I try to clear everything up and have a productive conversation with you, you completely pivot, move on, change the topic of conversation back to why you think the Democrats misstepped with allowing so many people into the country during the last 4 years. So I'm going to need one solid claim from you here to debate. Tell me, why do you support Trump? One reason that we could stick on with no interruptions and hopefully have a productive dialogue.
I stuck with Trump because he was going to deal with the immigration problem better than not even Kamala or Biden, but any type of democratic representation in the country.
Okay. What's your favorite Trump immigration policy so far?
Though, probably I like the mass deportation.
Okay. All right. Can you agree that conceptually speaking, I've said this to a couple guests, I'll say it every time, it's kind of a circle, it's a loop-de-doop at this point, but I call it the immigration guillotine because it's a killer argument. Would you agree conceptually speaking that a bad policy is going to be a policy in which has more negative outcomes than positive outcomes?
If you take them at face value, you can definitely think that way. But I think when it comes to policies, and I think the numbers are showing for themselves, that it's helped more than it's hurt as of right now.
No, stop it. That's not what I'm asking you. Okay? Can you agree that a bad policy is going to be a policy that yields more negative outcomes than positive outcomes?
A bad policy, yeah, but you don't know if a policy is bad until
could I just get a yes or no?
If a policy is bad, then no, I do not want it in.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you if conceptually speaking, a bad policy is a policy that yields more negative outcomes than positive outcomes.
Okay, how do you know if a policy is bad?
Dude, we're not going to be by it yielding more negative outcomes than positive outcomes. That's what I'm trying to agree to.
What negative outcomes have happened?
We'll get on to that after you could just agree to the baseline of what makes a bad policy.
If a policy gets put in and then it has bad value, I can't say a policy is bad until it goes into effect. And then it causes negative outcomes.
Can we just agree that a bad policy is a policy that yields more negative outcomes than positive outcomes? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's a bad policy.
Okay, great. Now that you've accepted that, now we move on to how we can use this concept of what a bad policy is in a debate about mass deportation. So it would be my goal, because I think it's a bad policy, to demonstrate that it yields more negative outcomes than positive outcomes, and it'd be your goal to demonstrate that it yields more positive outcomes than negative outcomes, right?
Yes, go ahead.
So a good next step is for me to go over the negative outcomes, for you to go over the positive outcomes, to see who can name more, to see who could give more compelling reasons for their side, right?
Oh, God, this is where you're going to get me. Go ahead.
Well, if you've already admitted I'm going to get you, I mean, that just means you've already admitted it's a bad policy. But
no, because I can already save you the time, because my argument is going to be like, well, because I was an Obama fan because of him deporting, the over 3+ million. And that's going to be my basis of my argument that's coming up, but it's not going to matter.
What does Obama have to do with the positive outcomes of mass
deportation?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not, because that's what I like. I like the fact that Obama actually helped the economy by deporting 3+ million people.
Oh, okay. So you think that mass deportation is good for the economy? So that would be a positive outcome that you'd be able to name. Can I have an argument for that? How does mass deportation help the economy?
Well, the more people you have, especially not even with I'll support legal immigration. I want people to come here and have a good life.
Okay,
But
that's
oh my
irrelevant.
God.
That's
Why
irrelevant.
would you bring Parker up? God dang it.
That's an irrelevant point to the argument that you're supposed to be making. Why do you think
my
that mass deportation is good for the economy? Let's hear it.
Well, the less people you have here that's getting paid under the table and not paying proper forms of taxes, or hi Parker, I'm a big fan. If you have a lot of people here, that is what's happening, and I blame it a lot on business owners that are hiring.
Can I just have? What's the argument? What is the positive economic outcome of mass
That's what
deportation?
I'm getting. Well, if I could finish, if you
for
have,
sure.
and I think you should hold business owners accountable as well that are hiring these people and paying them under the table a lot less than what the normal American citizen would make, as well as paying taxes. But there's so many people getting paid under the table for not only under living wage compared to an American citizen, but they're not paying taxes when they're getting paid under the table, and which is exactly why I think Obama did what he did, and I supported that.
Hey, man. Maybe I just wasn't tracking. What was the positive economic outcome of mass deportation that you told me?
Because you have people that are taking jobs that are getting paid under the table, which means they're not paying their state tax, they're not paying their federal tax.
When you okay, first of all, undocumented immigrants pay $100 billion per year in taxes on the federal, state, and local level. I agree that they're more likely to work under the table. That's because when they do pay taxes, they don't reap the benefit of like federal systems of aid, like Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, as well as they can't file for a tax return. We give them mass amnesty or naturalize them, they'd be just as likely to work over the table as citizens, as well as they'd get paid higher wages. But that's not here nor there, because just simply pointing out the fact that some undocumented immigrants work under the table is not naming a positive economic outcome of mass deportation.
Do you think it would hurt if that? Do you think it would help if we did get those people out of there and let people that are in a U.S. citizen work for these businesses? You don't think it would help at all?
So yeah, I think it'd hurt the economy. What's your argument that it'd help the economy? Are you saying that mass deportation would help the economy by like allowing more open job opportunities?
Most definitely. If you have people getting paid under the table that aren't paying federal and state taxes, but where do you think the money goes when you pay your, like I pay a lot of taxes each year.
So you're basically saying that we could fill those roles with people that will pay taxes.
With people that legally can pay taxes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are not, I blame the business owners just as much.
Sounds good. Did you know that A, undocumented immigrants do pay taxes? B, the only reason why they're less likely to pay taxes and more likely to work under the table, as I already said, I'm repeating myself at this point, is because they don't qualify for those federal systems of benefit. So in other words, you're basically telling us that we can ensure that there's more people working jobs and paying taxes if we were to offer undocumented immigrants a pathway to residency or citizenship.
You're saying
filling those positions with citizens.
No, you're saying that people that get paid under the table don't get taxes getting that taken out of their paycheck? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that the issue you're pointing out is the idea that undocumented immigrants are less likely to work over the table. I agree. The reason why I agree and the reason why they're less likely to work over the table is because they don't reap any of the benefits when they pay taxes, like Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, federal food stamp, Section 8, etc. However, they still do pay taxes. They pay $100 billion per year in taxes on the federal, state, and local level through ITINs. But if your point is, well, if we remove them all, we'll have more people paying more in taxes, I actually would refute that claim, and I'd say that it's false. Because mass deportation would shrink our economy by forcefully laying off 8.3 million of our laborers, our manufacturers become less efficient, as well as they sell us goods/commodities, because we have about 12 million consumers that are excommunicated out of the market. So overall, we'd have a weaker economy with less job opportunities, because we'd require less job opportunities. And if we truly do want a stronger economy with more people paying taxes, let's strengthen the economy by offering undocumented immigrants a pathway to residency or citizenship. The reason why this would strengthen the economy is because then undocumented immigrants would be more likely to work over the table and pay taxes, and they'd be more likely to garner higher wages, as they'd have more bargaining power to issue against their employer, right? So in other words, if you truly want to help the economy, get more people to pay more taxes, get more people to make more money when they work, get more people to contribute more to the GDP, etc., you support mass amnesty, which would be the mass naturalization of undocumented immigrants.
In an ideal world, I would love for all, if undocumented immigrants would actually do the steps that it would take to become a national citizen. But in all fairness, you're talking about like an ideal society. Like if we were to say, because what percentage of undocumented immigrants get paid under the table? Do you know that?
I don't know if we know the percentage.
It's at least, this was like a year ago that I watched. It's at least over 70-something%.
I don't believe that.
Can you give a source?
No, it was on. I forget. It wasn't Congress.gov. It was somewhere else, but it was. It might be higher now. But you can look it up right now.
I don't believe
It was
that.
on Congress.
No, it might have been on Congress or the immigration.gov website.
Well, hey man, you are
But
actually right for 50% of the claim. The CBO does estimate that 70% of undocumented immigrants do something with taxes. But what they're reporting is that 70% of undocumented immigrants work over the table and pay taxes.
Where does it say that at?
Some
CBO's, like, of course
CBO's
you accept
estimates. So, I mean, that's likely the source that you're referred to.
Oh, but he thinks the CBO is a horrible DNC scam.
Yeah, it looks like you.
No, I don't.
You
I've
saw
never said
something, you
that.
just misinterpreted it. Real quick, I gotta thank a couple people. Hannah, thank you for the $15 over on Venmo. Hannah says, "I watch you every day to mentally and politically prepare myself to change my dad's mindset. He was deep in MAGA in 2020." Bro, Anna, if you ever want to request to join so I could debate your dad, I would love to do that. But thank you for being here, and thank you for the $15 on Venmo as well. Let's get 150 Hannah W's down below. I'd also like to thank Anonymous for the $40 donation over on Venmo. Anonymous, that is incredibly kind of you. Can we get 400 Anon W's down below in that chat? Anonymous says, "I'm a nanny and have told the kids about you and how smart you are as an encouragement for them to stay informed. And they told me that they hope they can vote when you run for president." Oh, that is so kind. Thank you not only for the very kind words, but also for the $40 donation. Huge shout out to Anonymous. And then also Fanny with the $10 over on Venmo saying, "I don't know if you remember this, but you were a top 3 contestant of the White Boy of the Month contest that I made on my story, and you saw it." Dude, let's go. Hell yes. Patrick with a $15 saying, "Been watching you for a minute now. Thank you for educating people. My whole family is MAGA. You've educated me to debate them now. Also, LeBron is the GOAT." Well, thank you so much for being here, and I'm happy that you've taken some value away. And once again, thank you for the $15 donation. And then Bree, this was 23 minutes ago, but I still want to thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. Just call me a diva. Appreciate it. Varian, that is Varian. Thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. They say, "I love watching your lives." Thank you for being here. And thank you for the $10 donation, Varian. Yeah, there we go. We're all caught up. If you're watching and you're like, "Hey, this Dean guy's cool," you want to support me, support the live streams, or support the much needed therapy that I will require after the guest today because I've been like abysmally bad, feel free to support me on Venmo and PayPal, which is located in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, as well as in the pinned message over on that YouTube stream. Now, take it away, Mr. Guest.
Oh, you're fine, man. I'll concede. You are a lot more educated than me on any matter, probably. I work too much to do a lot of research, but yeah, I'll concede respectfully. I just maybe it's just the ignorance in me, maybe, that I still think the way I do, but there's a lot of things I see that I don't take at face value, like you guys, a lot of the facts you spit out. There's a lot of things that go on behind what you're actually saying. Though they might be right, but it's so hard to, like, I'm trying to not just have a narrow-minded way of thinking, which you've helped me a lot by having this debate with you, man.
Yeah,
Like I said, I've
you know
known
what?
this whole time.
That was,
but I apologize for being loud or rude or anything. But yeah, I think that I learned a lot just from talking to you just now. I do watch you a lot, and you're cooking. You're a good cook, it looks like, too. But also Parker's here, so it makes it even harder for me. So I will let you guys move on. Yeah, between Parker and Jaden. Also, if you can ask Jaden a question for me next time you see him, if he's not the guy that caused Beavis to have a Cornholio episode in one of these shows I watched, an episode. I think he did like the voice actor on him. Tell him I really like his work. So I'll make
sure to let him know. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man. It definitely was a pretty hot start there, dude. Appreciate you for kind of grounding yourself towards the end of the conversation. I definitely do respect that. As well as Ashley. Thank you so much for the $20 over on Super Chat on YouTube. Thank you for the love. As well as what you're saying there is absolutely true, Ashley. Let's show some love to Ashley, everybody. Let's get 200 Ashley W's down below in that chat while we're working on getting that next guest up here. In fact, we already have Investment Man. Hello, Investment Man. Do you support Trump?
I do.
All right, Mr. Investment Man. Tell me and Parker why you support Dipey Donald.
All right, just real quick. Hey, I'm at 5 charge. I'm in the back of an Uber, so if I do drop in 10 minutes, I didn't hang up, and I'll come back another day.
Okay.
Socially, I fall left. Capitalism and some other business reasons, I fall right. I'm going to say I lean further right than left, though. So as of right now, I did vote for him. He's probably slightly edging out that I would vote for him again in the midterms. Not him, the Republicans, obviously.